Hello, girls and the audience. We are glad to welcome you to our podcast ЕГЭшнутые морфемы. Today we will talk about prefixes in English language. This topic is especially important for those who want to understand the morphology of the English language and pass exams without problems. So we want to start by saying that you can turn on our podcast in the background while you're getting ready or going to school. Our main goal is to immerse you in the world of morphemes and help you expand your vocabulary. Girls, how does knowing prefixes and suffixes help you know more words? It sounds weird, it's just 3 or 4 extra letters.
I think that if you know lots of morphemes, you can add them to different roots. For example, believe, unbelievable, and you have 2 words. And if you add unbelievable, the suffix able, you have 3 words. So this is kind of very useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can add only a few letters at the beginning of the word and make it easily, for example, negative or positive, for example, regular, irregular, and so on. Due to these small morphemes, you can make new words with new meanings.
Yeah, girls, you're absolutely right. I hope your answer is the same. So, prefixes in the English language are affixes, group of letters, added to the beginning of a word to modify its meaning. They play a crucial role in vocabulary, allowing speakers to create new words or adjust nuances in exciting ones, making the language both efficient and adaptable. So, can you give a couple of examples of prefixes and how the meaning of the word has changed thanks to them?
For example, we have prefixes like an, ir, as I told before, irregular,
Mhm.
or unbelievable, and the meaning of the word become negative.
Mhm.
Yes.
And you also can make new words like I don't know, automatic, like the auto. This is the prefix, and
Mhm.
yeah, this is the new word which consists the different meaning, not only negative form, but also a new meaning.
Yeah, great examples. Well done. So, before analyzing our topic in more detail, I will tell you about the history of the origin of prefixes. So, the earliest roots of English prefixes can be tracked back to the Proto-Indo-European language, the ancient ancestor of many European and Asian languages. Its roots often carried simple modifiers that could be combined to form compound words, and these eventually evolved into prefixes and suffixes. The influence of Latin and Greek languages has also not spared the English language. Much of English vocabulary and its prefixes comes from Latin and Greek, especially as the influence of these languages grew through historical events like the Roman conquest of Britain and the spread of Christianity. Latin prefixes such as re, meaning again, and in, meaning not, became foundational in English, often used with words borrowed directly from Latin or used to create new English words. Greek prefixes also contributed significantly, especially in scientific and academic contexts. Prefixes like anti, meaning against, and hyper, meaning over or above, were adopted into English vocabulary where they remain popular. Old English, which is rooted in Germanic languages, also had its own native prefixes. These include e, meaning on or in, be, intensifying the verb or making it causative, and g, a prefix that often marks completed action. These prefixes reflect Old English's Germanic origins and show how early English speakers created nuance in meaning. So some of these prefixes, like a in words like awake and arise, have survived into modern English. As mentioned earlier, the Norman conquest in 1066 brought significant changes to English, as the Norman rulers spoke Old Norman French. This introduced a flood of French vocabulary and prefixes into English. Many French prefixes, originally from Latin, like d, meaning down or away, and x, meaning out of or from, became standard in English vocabulary, especially in legal, administrative, and ecclesiastical contexts. With the development of modern English, especially from the 19th century onward, there was greater standardization in spelling and usage.
Yeah, the story is kind of great, and imagine that every language that's come to in English give it particular, I don't know, items. Yeah, morphemes. Yeah,
Results.
that's really interesting.
I think it can be useful history of a region, these morphemes, because we know the roots of them. I think it can be useful for all of us and all our guests.
Yeah, agree. I hope you like the story. So now we have figured out where the prefixes came from and what role they play. Let's discuss which of the most common prefixes you know and what significance they have.
As for me, I remember three of them: im, ir, and il. And for example, possible, impossible, regular, irregular, legal, and illegal.
Yeah, I remember again the prefix, which means something negative. It is unhappy, for example, and also the prefix re, to do something again. For example, redo, or I don't know, rewrite. Everyone knows it. So remake. Yep. So yeah, and they are, I think, the most usable, as we said, and so the most important for you as the schoolers who want to pass the exams. Yeah,
Yeah,
the state exam.
you're absolutely right again. These prefixes are really very useful and important. Let's remind ourselves and our viewers about a few more prefixes. For example, prefix dis, the meaning of not. Example, disorganized or disloyal. Prefix mis, the meaning of wrong. Examples, misfortune or to misspeak.
Oh yeah, and misunderstanding happens sometimes. So yeah.
We like this word. Prefix non, the meaning of without. For example, non-profit. Prefix under, meaning not enough. For example, underpaid or underdeveloped or underpraised. Prefix multi, meaning many. For example, multiply choice, multicultural, multinational. Prefix super, for example, supermarket or superstar. And prefixes auto, example, autobiography. And the last but not at least, prefix over, meaning too much. For example, to oversleep or to overcome.
Yeah, can you imagine that you can the supermarket is the market with the prefix?
Yeah.
Do you think about it? You like the supermarket is the word, yeah, the already known word, but it is a prefix, not the root. So this is interesting.
Supermarket.
Most people can think that here we can find two roots, super and market, but be careful, it's a prefix.
Yep.
Yeah. So there are an infinity number of prefixes in the English language, but I think we have remembered the most basic ones. And let's move on from theory to practice. To practice, we use tasks from the ЕГЭшнутые website. we need assignments from 25 to 29. So let's start. Our first task is form a single root word from the word believe so that it grammatically and lexically corresponds to the context of the text. The sentence is: the cause of the belief growth of cities from the 19th century onwards is ascendancy of industry over agriculture. Girls, how do you think? How can we deal with this task?
Yeah, first of all, first thing that we need to do here is to look to the whole sentence. What we have here, like to look to the context. The cause of the growth of cities. So we need here what part of speech?
Like adjective?
Yeah, exactly, the adjective. And how we can make an adjective from the verb believe to add the suffix. Suffix will be here able.
Prefix.
Firstly, suffix.
Yeah.
Oh,
Able.
Yeah, you know.
You know.
Yeah. And we need to make an adjective. So here we will have kind of believable. And again, we're talking about prefixes. So we need a prefix, like in your head. So Nastya, what do you have about prefix?
First of all, we should understand the meaning of the prefix, which can help us to change the meaning, the first meaning of the word, of course. And the meaning here will be something great. And for this, we should use prefix un. And the word will be unbelievable.
Yep, exactly. And also, the thing that we need to know is that, yeah, something great, something which we cannot believe. So the same meaning here will be unbelievable. Yeah.
And the sentence will be the cause of the unbelievable growth of cities and so on.
And etc. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So next word is formal, and the next sentence is: these parties are almost always formal. There is no dress code, and in summer, when the weather is fine, people may hold a barbecue in the garden.
Yeah. We need to. Do we need to change the part of speech?
I don't think so.
I think no.
Yeah. So kind of. Yeah. Again, we look into the whole sentence, to the context, and formal is suitable here, but something
We should add.
yeah, something we should add, exactly. So what we will add?
First of all, we should understand the meaning, of course, as in previous was. I think here the meaning will be something usual, yeah, something usual in our everyday speech or in something things. Yes, and here we can use prefix in, yes, and the word will be informal.
Yep, exactly. Kind of from the negative perspective, and the sentence will sound like the parties are almost always informal. There is no dress code, and in summer, and etc. So again, in the context of the sentence, we can see that there is no dress code, and in the summer, yeah, there is no dress code. So that's something that's not formal. So we add the prefix with a negative meaning, like informal.
Yeah, let's move on. Next word, possible, and the sentence is: you may think it was possible, but he believed that they were Indians and tried to escape.
Yeah. So here again, we don't need to change the part of speech because possible it's also
Suitable here.
yeah, suitable, it's adjective. But something again we need to add. So what do you think?
First of all, we should remember the rule when the word begins with letter P, possible, yeah. We can add here only one prefix. It is im,
Yeah, only one negative prefix.
only one negative, yeah. And the word will be impossible.
Yeah. Again, according to the context, we can understand that something it was not so possible, you know, and we need to add negative prefix here.
Let's move on. The next word is noticed, and the sentence is subtle actions by robots that go noticed between people help bring them to life and can also relay non-verbal communication.
Yeah. So noticed. Again, we think about first thing that we have here is that we don't need to change the part of speech. And again, to help us, we have negative prefixes, and suitable negative prefix here is like can you
Yeah,
yep, yeah, the this is the prefix, so unnoticed.
and of course we should think about the meaning. What do you think? What's the meaning here?
Yeah, the meaning here is like upside down, you know, the with the kind of an antonym, you know, antonym to noticed, unnoticed.
Yeah. So next word honest, and the sentence is one day two honest men appeared at the palace and said they could make beautiful clothes which had magical properties.
Yeah, here we have the adjective again, honest. Don't forget, don't read H at the beginning of this word. This is honest. Yep, and again, can you see the line? We add mostly the prefixes with the negative meaning, kind of with the different meaning to the word. So yeah, and here we need to know that to this word we can add only one prefix, and it is
This, yeah, and the meaning will be something negative here, and the word will be dishonest.
yeah, dishonest without H.
Okay, and the last example, word visible, and the sentence is only clever people would be able to see them, but they would be visible to anyone who was stupid or not good at their job. The king thought this was an excellent opportunity to find out who was wise and who was foolish in his kingdom.
Yeah. Let's think again to the context. But they would be don't visible to anyone who was stupid or not good. So like the negative meaning again. And we need to remember that we need to add kind of only one prefix here. It is
In, yeah, invisible. The word will be invisible with the prefix in, which means negative.
yeah, the negative meaning have the negative meaning. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and the algorithm, how to deal with these tasks. Yeah, we we'll add it to the description, so you can look there. And also maybe we will write the text here for you. You can make a screenshot. How to deal with these tasks.
Okay, girls, it was a great job. Let's summarize what was most useful in today's lesson.
Yeah, maybe you will be the first.
Yeah. I want to tell that we can highlight some tips. Here you can find that all words have negative meaning here. All prefixes help us to make words negative, and we should remember some rules such as if the word begins from some letters, for example P, like possible, we should use only prefix im in negative way, and the word will be impossible. And we have a lot of rules which is connected with this way, and you should remember them for easily way to do these exercises in the exams.
Also, I think it is interesting to know the historical context. And thank you, Elia, for your for your speech. So to be honest, we will add information to the description for you to kind of deal with these tasks, and pay attention that we have here a lot of prefixes. To pass the exam, you need mostly the prefixes with the negative meaning, as Nastya said, and but it will be also useful for you to know another prefixes to make your speech more detailed, more to know more new words, knowing only one prefix or two prefixes, and knowing loads of words. So I think that's all for today's podcast. Have a great day. I think
that's it. Thank you for your attention. Bye bye.
Bye bye.